All right, let's do a quick speed round. A book that's had a big impact on you.
Never Eat Alone.
It's a great one. It's a great one.
It's a
His thoughts.
it's a great one, and it goes to the networking thing. And I am a big believer in, like, I just had a conversation with somebody last week, and they're like, well, what can I do for you? And I was like, you know what? This is, everything comes around, right?
Yeah.
Everything comes around.
Yeah. Well, one of the things I think, we're talking about networking, is the best way to think about networking is kick it off by opening up your network to other people.
Yep.
If you have to be selective, but in a way, but open up your network, and it'll come back tenfold. I love that. Best piece of wisdom you've ever received.
It took me a long time to get to hear, but don't sweat the small stuff.
Yeah.
That took me a long time.
Yeah, me too. I'm kind of finishing that lap right now. Yeah, I'm finishing that lap.
I'm not all there, but
I'm finishing the lap. I feel like, yeah.
I have a woman who works for me that we've worked together for. I brought her from my previous company, and so she's known me a long time, and there'll be something that happens, and I'll just be totally even keeled, and she'll be telling people, she goes, 8 years ago, this would not have been bad.
Yeah, that's great. It's great. Finish this sentence. One thing that everybody can do to take their customer experience to the next level is?
Take your customer experience to the next level. One of my very favorite things is to go to the stores where the products are.
Yeah.
And ask the people who are selling them. I'm doing a lot of work for Culligan, and when I first started working with them, I started hanging out at Ace Hardware.
Yeah.
And I started asking the guys, like, what do they like? What do they don't like? And asking about all the different stuff. And man, you can learn so much. And they love being asked, by the way. That is the best experience.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's the least expensive form of marketing. Sometimes there's an old story that Sam Walton used to, be in a boardroom, and they would give him all this data, and he would go to the diner and coffee shop to see what data was meaningful to his customers, and then go back and, use this, don't use this, et cetera, et cetera. But I coach solopreneurs to Fortune companies. And when I'm talking to business owners or managers or whomever, and they have questions about their people or their clients, one of the things I always recommend to them, Elizabeth, is just pick up. You got 100 people in your company, you got 200, just pick up the phone and call every single person. Or, if you own the company, call one customer a day, ask, and that's the data. They'll love to hear from you, and they'll share with you things they won't tell anybody else. So
I'm a big believer that no matter, unless CEO is different, right? But I'm a big believer, whether you're a VP, director, whatever, and you're leading a sales group, you should have a customer.
Yeah, you should always have a customer.
You should always have a customer that you're responsible for, because then you actually know what's going on. You know what it's like out there. You know what their challenges are. I cannot remember the name of the television show, but there was a reality show where you would have the boss who would go down and like work in the trenches. What was that show?
Undercover Boss.
Well, that was actually a really cool concept, right?
Yeah, it's a cool concept. Yeah. But I agree with you, because the further you get away from the customer and what everybody's experience is that's working for you with the customer, you make worse decisions. Decisions.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And you can spot, in my career, I could always spot the people that I'd be like, have you been in sales? Yeah. It's like, or if you were, how long ago was that?
Yeah.
Because we should get you back out there.
Absolutely. Well said.